jamie.howard@eastern.ca. That's it.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
I don't know if I'll leave my hoodie here.
It was actually it was well intentioned on the part of DFO, but they should have talked to people. That's really what the bottom line is. Yeah.
So you guys will reach out, say,
We're not on.
Check check 1 2.
and then you'll get me that
Which I
list?
think
Okay, do that later.
Yeah. I'll do it as well.
why didn't you ask
Double
me? Why
check.
didn't you ask Parker?
But,
Why didn't
yeah,
you
as
ask
soon as you get
X? Why didn't you
quarter,
ask
just
me?
flip it up through.
Okay,
You know, you
that's
had
what
a lot
we'll do.
of
That's what this will be.
Right on.
So, we need to start with it, I think. That's the plan. It's just 5 minutes. Caliber 1, 3, 4, and 11. 2 of Liberty. Just 5 minutes.
Yeah, either that or you can even right here if you want. As long as nobody steals it. Yeah, even right here in the corner.
Steal it?
Maybe they'll want to get free.
No?
Over here, line up this way. And then,
I'll try and stay on.
Okay, thank you.
This is your mic. You might have to follow.
Was on the
I got him from. I'm not ready for this.
I'm not ready either.
Can probably do better with this as well.
and as you say, it's the upper left one.
Okay.
Now when they come in.
Courtney, I'm maybe just going to show you what's else here in case I get sidetracked.
yeah, they can just come through and they just laugh. Yeah, and then you can just go, they just walk over. Crowd kind of walk behind.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Copperthorne. I'm going to be announcing the Jersey Show here at Lindsay, Ontario. Fall Invitational Show, ladies and gentlemen. It's an exciting time. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you on Bullvine.com.
But yeah, all
Sit back and enjoy. We're going to have a great, great day of a Jersey Show. Wonderful quality from Ontario, Quebec exhibitors. believe we got around 80 head in the show here today. I'm going to be giving you kind of the updates as we go. We got lots of opportunity. You can sit back and watch on different camera angles and such. I'm going to be joined by Mr. Jersey himself, Russell Gammon. Jamie Howard's also going to join us as well with some commentary from East Gen. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you all the information, all the angles, so that you can sit back and watch from the comfort of your home. I understand a lot of you will be popping in and out, so we'll try and give you updates throughout the day as how the show has gone. So sit back, we're going to get going here in about 2 or 3 minutes. Enjoy the rest of the day. Feel free to chat on our line. Give us your input, your thoughts, whatever you want. If you have questions about what's going on in the show today, send us a chat line. We'll get you covered all aspects. Sit back, we're going to have some fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. The time has come. It's 9:30. Monday morning, Lindsay, Ontario, Canada. Fall Invitational Jersey show is about ready to begin. Great honor to be here. My name is John Copperthorne. I'm going to be doing the announcing here today. I'm going to be joined by Mr. Jersey himself, Russell Gammon, and Jamie Howard from East Gen. They're going to be joining me as well and giving us updates and some input and some back to the barn ideas and thoughts. We got our first class assembled with ladies and gentlemen. On a Monday morning in Lindsay, Ontario, I think it's only appropriate we take our time and we remove cover and let's pay our grateful thoughts and our prayers to everybody across this wonderful nation. We're going to play our beautiful national anthem of this wonderful country. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring in our first class of the Jersey Show. Class number 1, our March Calf class, is going to start entering the ring. I'm going to update you here on a few dignitaries and sponsors that we're going to have here for the day, but I think the most important person that we got to recognize right now is the judge that's going to be looking after our Jersey Show this morning. Mr. Scott Walker from Walker Breed Farms, Guelph, Ontario. Man that needs no introduction. His family is prominent in the dairy industry as we could find of any family that we know. Quality man, quality family. Understands cattle like no one. And when I say understands cattle, I mean all sorts of cattle. If it's a beef cow to a dairy cow to a horse, this family understands quality. We're in capable hands today with Mr. Walker from Guelph, Ontario. He's going to be joined by Junior Judge Marcus Haley. He's going to be helping out, I believe. He's from Rimbey, Alberta. So walk our first class in, our March Calf class. We got a great bunch of sponsors here today. Our corporate participation is unbelievable. We got to thank all these people for stepping up in these challenging times to make sure that this industry continues to move ahead. So I'd like to thank our sponsors of our first calf class. Besley Farms Limited and Select Sire Generations. Bred and owned is also going to be certificates are going to be handed out, and that's by East Gen. So Besley Farms and Select Sires Generations, thank you very much for sponsoring our first class. We're going to bring these calves in, and I'm going to be joined by Russell Gammon and Jamie Howard We're going to show you these cattle as they come in. We understand you're going to be sitting back. Most of you are going to be watching from the comfort of your own home. We're going to be bringing you different screen angles, and we're going to talk about the animals as they walk in, the exhibitors that are bringing these cattle, and a little bit of history. So I'm going to throw it over to Jamie and to Russell, and they're going to give you a little update and some color on what's going on in the class. Guys, starting off with a nice class here.
Well, Russell and everybody, it's certainly good to see each and every one of you here out in the ring. But Russell, looking at this group of heifers coming in the ring as we start looking across, what are you seeing as you start coming in?
What I'm seeing is one of the biggest classes that Scott and Marcus are going to be lining up today, and peas in a pod in many ways, Jamie.
Absolutely.
Beautiful calves coming into the ring. We've got a magician calf, is the number 2 calf, which is the first calf that went across your screen, followed by a Jamie daughter from Quebec. 2 calves from Quebec right off the bat in this class, and then a calf from Eastern Ontario as well, from Liberty Genetics as well. So they've got, I think, 3 calves in this class today. And one of them, the next one, number 5, is owned with the legendary Grant Armstrong of Armcrest Jerseys and Holsteins from the Crest. So we're excited about that as well. And calf from Eastern Ontario following there as well by Black Apple from Glenneil Farms, almost in Quebec, Del Keith.
Yeah, really beautiful calves. They're very balanced. They're hard top. They're walking really nice. Let's remember they're only March calves, and the other thing to remember is these calves haven't really been shown much, as we all know, this year. This is, in certain cases, many of these animals, the first show they've been to. This time of year, the difference of the COVID factor is the fact that these animals usually at this time of year have been shown quite a bit, know the ropes, know the drill of getting ready and how to perform, and really this is their inaugural event just as much. So keeping that in mind, I'm very impressed with what we're seeing thus far.
Well, and really impressed with how well these animals are cooperating, too, for not having been in a ring 10 or 12 times already this year.
Absolutely.
So we got and number 7 there is an interesting calf, the Dolson family, just starting into the dairy industry at Rockwood, Ontario. And this would be one of the first times they've been in a major show like this with their viral calf, number 7.
Absolutely. Yes. Scott Walker's evaluating the calves coming into the ring. Certainly he's got his work cut out for him right off the bat, but just a beautiful class of calves thus far.
And we got number 8 is, which I think has been on your screen there, is the calf from Mike and Monique Bowles at Russell, Ontario, one of the best towns in the whole world, Jamie and John. Can't get a better town than that. And they've come up from Eastern Ontario, and they'll have a really strong string here today. And then the Abrams family from Gananoque coming in next at number 9, right there. Yeah, screen at the moment. And we got a couple more Quebec calves coming in here.
John, your thoughts? What are you seeing so far as you're evaluating the class coming in thus far?
Well, certainly the quality is here. And I just want to touch on this, guys, that, you know, with this COVID situation and the Royal Winter Fair being postponed for a year, hopefully just a year, that this is really where the elite and the best calves are going to come out, and the cows in the Jersey industry. And I think we got to congratulate this wonderful committee up here that have taken the time and stepped out without a lot of, you know, I'm not going to say support, but they just did it on their own initiative, that they felt that it was necessary and so important that these shows continue, and they found a way to do it in cooperation with Ontario Health to make sure that all the protocols are followed. Safety is a prime concern. So, but to have this show come out, and wonderful facilities, and the energy that I saw in the barns and felt in the barns from the exhibitors, to actually get these cattle out and, you know, take the time. And like I say, the world still goes on, and the cattle industry must move ahead, and we all know the importance of a cattle show, because when you do bring cattle to a show, right, guys, it is where you compare one-to-one. And this is the genetics, the sires, the dams, and everything. This is where people can make decisions on breeding decisions down the road. When you come and see sires of calves and cows and how they are doing in this industry, you don't get a better opportunity than what you see in the ring when you do it one-to-one.
That's right. Russell, after number 9, you have some really nice animals that have been in the ring as well.
We've got 3 more that have come in. We've got one from Campbell's and Trailblazer, who's an Applejack calf, and then we've got the third entry from Liberty Genetics. She's Joel. She's number 11, and then number 12. Yes, that is Eating Jersey Cow. It's owned by Blondin and Kim herself, and Crools and Laurent Lambert, John Weaver. Lots of owners on that calf. Yes. And so she's number she's the last calf on the ring today, and I think we've got everybody in, and the show is on. And you're absolutely right, John. This is what we're seeing here is the passion of people like Archie and Barry, excited and put the show together, and then I think we really want to recognize Green Brown and Jennifer Van, all the work they've done on the Jersey side as well.
You bet. I think throughout the day we're going to certainly recognize each and every one of these people that have taken the time and the effort to put this on. And we'll pay their dues throughout the day, but to start off with such a nice class, and we're seeing some of the best farms and the best breeders in the industry show up here today. So I think everybody's going to really enjoy today. I know most of you people on the internet are going to be popping in and out. You're doing chores today, and fine and dandy, but we'll try to keep you updated on how things are going throughout the day. And we've got 11 in the class right now. 11 are in the class. Mr. Walker's just going through, getting halfway through the first lineup of cattle. We'll keep you updated as we go.
And isn't this great to have Mark there? Young man from Alberta who really keeps us all entertained on Instagram. Pictures of his great holding out. And has a few jerseys as well out in
Rindy, Alberta, downtown Rindy, Alberta. Him and his wife Amanda run a wonderful, wonderful farm. Yeah, they do both Holsteins and jerseys in Rindy, Alberta.
Terry, we have out in the center of the ring today is will be helping us to keep order. You'll see him enter your picture time and time again. He's Mr. Deputy Ring Steward for today. Works for Air Farmers Mutual, but no stranger to the ring of all sorts of regional and county shows for us, and also 4-H shows throughout the province of Ontario. Gives everybody a calm, cool, collected person to lead around and making sure that everything stays in order. So we're glad Doug's joining us here today to volunteer to be the ring steward for the two shows today and tomorrow.
I'd like to take this opportunity once again to thank each and every one of our corporate sponsors that have jumped in today. Our first class is sponsored by Best Laid Farms, Select Sire Generations, and throughout the day, the best bred and owned of each class is going to be receiving some semen certificates from EastGen. So we'd like to thank EastGen for helping out and recognize that very important distinguished bred and owned animal of each and every class. We're currently with our March 1st class 2020 to May 31 of 2020. In the ring is Mr. Scott Walker from Walkerberry Farms, who's going to do the judging duties throughout the day. Marcus Hiley from Alberta, Rimbey, Alberta, is going to be his associate. I believe we've got 11 in the class, so if we can have our next class be assembled, please, exhibitors in the barn. If you can start, we hope that you have your cattle on your way. The intermediate calf class is going to be next calf class in, so if you can have your cattle to the ring, please.
John, I thought it was interesting how in watching the group chats before the show, the amount of support for sponsorship. Put on a comment, we need sponsorship for these classes. Boom, 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 boom. Just incredible the way both companies and individuals and farm owners came together to sponsor this event.
Well, it is incredible, Russell, but I don't think it's surprising. All goes out to corporate sponsors in this wonderful industry. They understand the significance of a show like this, and for these breeders to come out and show their wares. So we're just starting to make the first pull. We'll keep you updated on the cattle that are coming in. We're trying to make sure that we give you angles so you can see the bid numbers on our exhibitors so that you can follow along with your catalog. It is posted on bovine.com. If you can go to that section of of their website, you can get that show catalog and you can see the exhibitors in each and every class.
Everybody kind of watch online too. You'll see in this type of situation, new with us with the new normal and COVID-19 showing, is social distancing, and nothing goes an unsocial distance even in a show ring. So you'll see a lot more space between the animals, as these animals are trying to stay the distance, and it leads people where we would in a barn or a store or wherever. And so it takes more of a ring in regard to that, and which will be actually maybe a little more complicated tomorrow with a huge amount of great Holsteins going to be showing tomorrow. But nevertheless, if you're wondering why things are spaced out as they are, we're following every protocol from the health department to make and ensure safety. As John had alluded to earlier, that's the first and foremost concern as we're showing these jerseys today.
And as it should be, and I think you're right, Jamie, the amount of detail that's gone into this, the amount of meetings that have been held with the local health unit and involving Lindsay X has been spectacular. And the cooperation from Lindsay X itself as the host site for this show has been amazing. They really wanted to help out at a major national event at their grounds and make sure went to the mat for everybody.
John had said it earlier, it wasn't surprising everybody stepping up, but individual farms, just not corporate sponsors, but it takes a whole lot of people to put something like this on, and not to mention the volunteer work of several people that John said we'll be talking to today. Just extraordinary to put such an event on thus far.
Something a little unique in the Jersey show that we're having here today is we'd like to thank MNP. MNP, very, very prominent supporters of the show. And there's a gentleman here from MNP, Adam Vervoort is here, and we're going to have him speak here later on today. But each and every one of these classes, thanks, except with the cow classes this afternoon, MNP is going to be providing a $200 prize winner to an animal that is drawn out of that class. So, and then in the heifer class that we're currently having here this morning, we'd like to thank HS Nil, prominent truckers that haul and can do the most fabulous job of hauling cattle across anywhere in North America. We've all used it, HS Nil. They're the most reliable source that we can find when it comes to hauling cattle. They're going to be providing a $100 cash award to an animal that's just going to be lottery type, drawn out of a hat. Somebody out of this class is going to receive a $100 check, which I'm sure is going to go to really good purposes later on today. So we'd like to thank HS Nil and MNP, Adam Vervoort, who's here today.
And John, just an aside about Adam, while we have a second here before this class is finished, Adam himself is a dairy farmer. He's a new entrant to the dairy industry. Started milking cows about last year, up to Jersey or to Peterborough. And I think someday he'll have aspirations of bringing animals to a show like this as well. Royal in the future, whatever our future holds. Adam will want to be there. He has a finance career and is also a new entrant to the dairy industry as of last November.
Yeah, it's good news, good news. Well, we can see as our first poles are starting to be made and the cattle are making their first trip around the ring, you're going to be able to see how Judge Walker is sift through this class.
And obviously is looking for calves that have both strength and dairiness and handle their feed length well, and is sorting them out quickly and efficiently, which is surprised with the amount of experience Scott has. John, you mentioned that he drove by their farm recently. Angus, speckled hard, Percheron horses, Jersey, just the Scott's boys have been showing fancy poultry as well, waterfowl over the years. Just an amazing livestock ability. They're just magic with everything that they get involved in.
Well, you can see the first lineup coming out currently. The animal that's being pulled out first is entry number 8. Entry number 8 is leading the pack at this point. Entry number 2 is in second. Entry number 9 is third. Entry number 12 is fourth. So that's the early poll right now. Guys, what's your thoughts on the first poll in the farms that are involved?
The grandiose daughter from Drentex, Rapid Bay Grandiose Bull, and Drentex being very, very keen. They've got a string here you're going to be hearing about all day long as well with these heifers and cows that they've got here today. Mike and Monique from Russell, Ontario, long-term Jersey folks. And then we've got Sferm Seroplay from Serap Lay from Saint-Aimé, Quebec, with the Magician daughter in second. So kind of cool. And then the Abrams family in third with their Colton daughter as well. So getting it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, online, you can certainly go to the catalog that's posted online so that you can follow along with us. We'll give you the bid numbers as we can, and when they come available to us in their placements and such. So I'd like you to be as informed as possible as we're going through this. So go to that part of the web where you can pull up that catalog and you can follow right along with us.
If we can have our second class assembled, please. Exhibitors, if we can have our second class
assembled, we're just about ready to wrap up junior calf class, so if our intermediate calves are in the assembly area, that'd be fantastic. Once again, thanks to Basselet Farms and Selexar Generations for providing sponsorship of the March class and East Gen. Throughout the day, we're going to be mentioning East Gen. They're going to be providing the semen certificates of the winner of the best bred and owned of each class. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe our judge is completed. He gives the nod. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, there's your first class. We're going to record the entrance here and their placings, and we'll get back to you with the how they've lined them up here today. Mr. Walker, what's your thoughts on the first class of the day?
If this is what the show has to offer all day, it's going to be a really good one. What a beautiful bunch of calves to start the show off today, to start the show off at Lindsay. This calf at the top of the class, a beautiful long-bodied dairy calf, excels in style. But I really admire the way she walks on her front feet. She walks straight, she's wide-chested. She's going to have the advantage today over the second calf. On the way she walks on her front feet, she moves out just a little more correctly on her hind legs today than the calf in second. Second over third, a fairly close placing, but I prefer the set to the hock in this heifer in second over the heifer in third. She's a little stronger down through her loin today than the
Okay.
heifer in third. Third
Eat the
over
mic,
fourth,
yeah, or maybe just take it
more
down
depth
when I'm
of the
talking.
forerib. She's got more spring to her rib today when you stand behind these two calves. Fourth over fifth, another close placing, but this calf's just got more breed character up through her head and neck and down through her thigh today in the dairying as she shows us today.
That's the kind of input we need as well. Yeah, for sure.
All right, thank you, Mr. Walker. Scott, nice job. That's a great way to kick things off. Yes, indeed, you're correct in your analysis. It is going to be a whale of a day if that first class was any indication. Well, I'm going to give you the updates on how that first class went in our junior calf class. Your winner was entry number 8, exhibited by Michael and Monique Bowles of Russell, Ontario. Grantex Grandiose Charlie. Entry number 2 was second. Ferrum Serre to Play was second. Entry number 9 was third. Hickory Acres Farms brings in Hickory Acres Galaxy Colton. Entry number 12 was fourth. Entry number 12 was fourth. Marlowe Applejack Tatum. Entry number 10 was fifth. And that was brought to us by Campbell Jerseys, Trailblazer Jerseys, Campbell TV Applejack Babette. There's your top 5, ladies and gentlemen, in the first class of the day. We've got our second class in. The intermediate calf class is in the ring. We'd like to thank Quality Seeds and Selexar Generations for bringing us this class, our corporate sponsors. And once again, East Gen is going to be providing semen certificates for best bred and owned. Well, Mr. Walker, I believe we've got 4 head. 5 head in ring. Ring is yours.
Well, that's not the first time that Mike and Monique Bowles have had a winner in a class in their great career, and